All in the Family remains one of television's most groundbreaking sitcoms, remembered for its sharp humor, bold honesty, and fearless look at changing American life. Set inside the modest Bunker home, the series turned family clashes and everyday tensions into comedy that felt both hilarious and deeply human, capturing a changing world with courage, warmth, and truth. Today, we'll look back at the cast, their real names, ages, memorable roles, and the legacies they built, while also honoring the beloved actors who are no longer with us. Let's return to the Bunker home, where loud debates, tender moments, unforgettable laughter, and powerful life lessons made this sitcom a true landmark in television history. Carroll O'Connor brought unforgettable force, humor, and emotional honesty to Archie Bunker, the loud, stubborn, and deeply flawed family patriarch who became one of television's most iconic characters. Born John Carroll O'Connor on the 2nd of August 1924 in Manhattan, New York, he was 47 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1971. With his sharp voice, weary expressions, and explosive timing, O'Connor made Archie more than a controversial man with harsh opinions. Beneath the anger and prejudice, he revealed fear, confusion, love, and vulnerability, allowing viewers to laugh at the character while also seeing the pain behind him. Across the series, his performance helped turn difficult social issues into powerful, human comedy. Before becoming a television legend, O'Connor studied acting seriously and worked in theater, film, and television, slowly building a career marked by intelligence and discipline. He later found success again as Chief Bill Gillespie in the Heat of the Night. Carroll O'Connor died in Culver City, California, on the 21st of June 2001 from a heart attack brought on by complications of diabetes. He was 76 years old. His legacy remains tied to courage, complexity, and a performance that changed what a sitcom character could be. Jean Stapleton brought warmth, innocence, and heartbreaking tenderness to Edith Bunker, the gentle wife whose kindness softened even the loudest and most difficult moments around her. Born Jean Murray on the 19th of January 1923 in New York City, she was 48 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1971. With her high, trembling voice, bright sincerity, and perfectly timed comic reactions, Stapleton made Edith far more than a simple comic character. She gave her a quiet strength, a deep sense of loyalty, and a goodness that felt completely genuine. Edith could seem naive, but beneath her sweetness was emotional wisdom and a powerful ability to love without bitterness. Across the series, Stapleton turned everyday family scenes into moments of humor, comfort, and unexpected depth. Before becoming beloved on television, she had already built a strong career on stage, appearing in Broadway productions and musical theater. She later continued working in film, television, and theater, always bringing grace and honesty to her performances. Jean Stapleton died in New York City on the 31st of May 2013 at the age of 90. Her legacy remains tied to compassion, comic brilliance, and a character whose gentle heart became unforgettable to generations of viewers. Rob Reiner brought youthful fire, sharp humor, and emotional honesty to Michael "Meathead" Stivic, the outspoken son-in-law whose arguments with Archie Bunker became some of television's most memorable moments. Born Robert Reiner on the 6th of March, 1947, in the Bronx, New York, he was only 23 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1971. With his quick reactions, restless energy, and sincere frustration, Reiner made Michael more than a symbol of a younger generation. He gave the character warmth, intelligence, insecurity, and a strong sense of idealism that often clashed with the older world around him. His chemistry with Carroll O'Connor created comedy that felt explosive, human, and painfully real. The role earned Reiner 2 Emmy Awards and made him one of the defining faces of the series. After leaving the sitcom, he became one of Hollywood's most respected directors, shaping beloved films such as This Is Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. Rob Reiner died in Los Angeles on the 14th of December, 2025, at the age of 78. His legacy remains tied to fearless comedy, heartfelt storytelling, and a character whose voice captured the conflicts and hopes of a changing America. Sally Struthers brought warmth, innocence, and emotional honesty to Gloria Stivic, the loving daughter caught between her parents' old-fashioned world and her husband's restless idealism. Born Sally Ann Struthers on the 28th of July, 1947, in Portland, Oregon, she was 23 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1971. With her bright voice, expressive face, and natural vulnerability, Struthers made Gloria feel youthful, funny, and deeply relatable. She could be playful and impatient, but she also carried a tender sincerity that made the family's conflicts feel more personal. Her scenes often balanced comedy with real emotion, especially when Gloria tried to stand up for herself while still loving the people around her. The role earned Struthers 2 Primetime Emmy Awards and made her one of the most recognizable faces of 1970s television. Beyond the Bunker household, she built a long career on stage, in film, and in television, later becoming beloved to new audiences as Babette Dell in Gilmore Girls. She also became known for her humanitarian work and advocacy for children in need. As of July 2026, Sally Struthers is 78 years old. Her legacy remains tied to compassion, humor, and a character whose heart gave the story much of its tenderness. Sherman Hemsley brought explosive energy, fearless comedy, and unforgettable attitude to George Jefferson, the ambitious neighbor whose sharp tongue and restless confidence made him impossible to ignore. Born Sherman Alexander Hemsley on the 1st of February 1938 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he was 35 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1973. With his quick stride, piercing voice, and perfectly timed insults, Hemsley turned George into a character who could be outrageous, proud, and deeply funny, yet still recognizably human. His clashes with Archie Bunker gave the show some of its boldest comic moments, while his chemistry with Isabel Sanford helped create one of television's most memorable couples. The role became so popular that George and Louise Jefferson were given their own successful spin-off, where Hemsley carried the character for 11 seasons. Before fame, he served in the U.S. Air Force, worked for the Postal Service, and built his craft on stage before being chosen by Norman Lear. He later starred as Deacon Ernest Fry in Amen and voiced B.P. Richfield in Dinosaurs. Sherman Hemsley died at his home in El Paso, Texas, on the 24th of July, 2012, at the age of 74. His legacy remains tied to bold comic timing, fierce individuality, and a character whose presence could light up a room the moment he walked in. Isabel Sanford brought grace, strength, and effortless warmth to Louise Jefferson, the poised wife and mother whose calm intelligence often balanced George Jefferson's fiery personality. Born Eloise Gwendolyn Sanford on the 29th of August, 1917, in Harlem, New York City, she was 53 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1971. With her dignified presence, gentle humor, and beautifully controlled reactions, Sanford made Louise feel wise, loving, and quietly powerful. She could answer George's outbursts with patience or a perfectly timed look, turning small moments into some of the show's most memorable comedy. Her chemistry with Sherman Hemsley helped create one of television's most beloved couples and carried the character into a successful spin-off that lasted for 11 seasons. Long before becoming a sitcom icon, Sanford worked on stage and appeared in films, including Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. In 1981, she made history by becoming the first Black actress to win the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a comedy series. Isabel Sanford died in Los Angeles on the 9th of July, 2004, at the age of 86. Her legacy remains tied to dignity, trailblazing success, and a character whose warmth made every scene feel alive. Bea Arthur brought intelligence, command, and fearless wit to Maude Findlay, the outspoken cousin whose sharp opinions and bold presence challenged almost everyone around her. Born Bernice Frankel on the 13th of May, 1922, in Brooklyn, New York, she was 49 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1971. With her deep voice, towering confidence, and perfectly dry delivery, Arthur made Maude feel powerful, complicated, and completely unforgettable. She could be cutting, stubborn, and unapologetically opinionated, yet beneath her fierce exterior was a woman driven by conviction and a desire to speak honestly about the world around her. Her performance brought a different kind of strength to television comedy, one built on intelligence, timing, and emotional control. The character became so memorable that Arthur went on to lead her own successful spin-off, where Maude's voice became even sharper and more influential. Before television fame, she had already earned respect on stage, winning a Tony Award for Mame. Later, she became beloved again as Dorothy Zbornak in The Golden Girls. Bea Arthur died in Los Angeles on the 25th of April, 2009, at the age of 86. Her legacy remains tied to courage, wit, and women who were never afraid to speak their minds. Mike Evans brought intelligence, confidence, and quiet wit to Lionel Jefferson, the thoughtful young man whose sharp observations often challenged the older generation with humor and grace. Born Michael Jonas Evans on the 3rd of November 1949 in Salisbury, North Carolina, he was 21 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1971. With his calm delivery, easy smile, and natural presence, Evans made Lionel feel fresh, modern, and quietly courageous. He could answer prejudice with a clever line or a patient look, giving the character a strength that never needed to be loud. His performance helped introduce the Jefferson family with warmth and dignity, making Lionel an important bridge between two households and two very different views of America. Beyond acting, Evans made a lasting mark as one of the creators of Good Times, helping shape another groundbreaking sitcom centered on Black family life. He also continued the role of Lionel in The Jeffersons, before eventually stepping away from Hollywood and working in real estate. Mike Evans died in 29 Palms, California, on the 14th of December, 2006, from throat cancer. He was 57 years old. His legacy remains tied to intelligence, quiet charm, and a character who brought humor and truth to every scene. Danielle Brisebois brought innocence, brightness, and surprising emotional depth to Stephanie Mills, the young girl whose arrival gave Archie and Edith's home a new sense of tenderness in the later years. Born Danielle Ann Brisebois on the 28th of June 1969 in Brooklyn, New York, she was 9 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1978. With her expressive face, natural charm, and clear young voice, Brisebois made Stephanie feel sweet without becoming one-dimensional. She could be playful, clever, and vulnerable, giving the character a quiet strength that stood out beside the older cast. Her presence softened Archie in unexpected ways and allowed viewers to see a more protective, human side of him. After the original series ended, she continued playing Stephanie in Archie Bunker's place, where her singing and youthful warmth became an important part of the show's later identity. Before television fame, Brisebois had already appeared on Broadway as Molly in Annie. She later stepped away from acting and built a successful music career as a singer, songwriter, producer, and member of New Radicals. As of July 2026, Danielle Brisebois is 57 years old. Her legacy remains tied to childhood talent, reinvention, and a character whose gentle spirit brought fresh heart to a changing family. Liz Torres brought humor, warmth, and lively personality to Teresa Betancourt, the witty housekeeper whose presence added a fresh rhythm to the Bunker household in the later seasons. Born Elizabeth Lariu Torres on the 27th of September, 1947, in the Bronx, New York, she was 31 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1978. With her sharp comic timing, expressive voice, and natural confidence, Torres made Teresa feel spirited, practical, and full of life. She could be funny without forcing the joke, and her scenes often carried an easy charm that helped balance the family's louder conflicts. Though Teresa was not one of the original central characters, Torres gave her enough heart and personality to make her memorable. Before and after this role, she built a wide career as an actress, singer, and comedian, performing on stage, in nightclubs, and across television. She later earned major recognition for The John Larroquette Show and became beloved to a new generation as Miss Patty in Gilmore Girls. As of July 2026, Liz Torres is 78 years old. Her legacy remains tied to comic energy, resilience, and a performer who could bring color and life to every scene she entered. Alan Melvin brought easy humor, warmth, and everyday charm to Barney Hefner, the friendly neighbor whose relaxed personality added a familiar and down-to-earth presence to the later years of the story. Born Alan John Melvin on the 18th of February 1923 in Kansas City, Missouri, he was in his early 50s when audiences first saw him in the role, during the 1970s. With his steady voice, natural comic timing, and approachable manner, Melvin made Barney feel like the kind of man viewers might actually know, loyal, funny, simple in the best way, and always ready with a casual remark. His scenes helped soften the heavier conflicts around the central family, giving the show a comfortable rhythm whenever he appeared. Before becoming known for this role, Melvin had already built a long and versatile career in television, film, and voice acting. He appeared in The Phil Silvers Show, The Brady Bunch, and many other classic series, while also lending his memorable voice to animated characters. Alan Melvin died in Brentwood, Los Angeles, on the 17th of January, 2008, at the age of 84. His legacy remains tied to reliability, humor, and the rare gift of making supporting characters feel genuinely beloved. Betty Garrett brought sparkle, warmth, and old-fashioned show business charm to Irene Lorenzo, the spirited neighbor whose humor and confidence gave the later seasons a lively new energy. Born Elizabeth Garrett on the 23rd of May 1919, in Street, Joseph, Missouri, she was 54 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1973. With her bright expressions, musical rhythm, and natural comic timing, Garrett made Irene feel bold, affectionate, and wonderfully human. She could be playful and sharp, but there was always kindness beneath her humor, making the character feel like more than just a supporting presence. Her chemistry with Vincent Gardenia added warmth to the neighborhood scenes, while her strong personality gave Irene a voice of her own. Long before television audiences knew her from this role, Garrett had built a rich career in musical theater and film, appearing in classic MGM musicals and performing on stage with great confidence and style. She later became widely remembered as Edna Babish on Laverne and Shirley. Betty Garrett died in Los Angeles on the 12th of February, 2011, at the age of 91. Her legacy remains tied to joy, resilience, and a performer whose presence could brighten any scene. Vincent Gardenia brought warmth, humor, and rich character depth to Frank Lorenzo, the lively neighbor whose charm and stubbornness added a fresh spark to the Bunker household. Born Vincenzo Scognamiglio on the 7th of January 1920 in Ercolano, Italy, he was 53 years old when audiences first saw him as Frank in 1973. With his expressive face, gravelly voice, and natural comic rhythm, Gardenia made the character feel funny, familiar, and full of life. Frank could be opinionated and loud in his own way, yet there was always a generous heart beneath his bluster. His chemistry with Betty Garrett gave their scenes a warm, lived-in feeling, creating a neighborhood dynamic that felt both comic and real. Long before becoming known to television audiences, Gardenia had built a respected career on stage, film, and television. He won a Tony Award for The Prisoner of Second Avenue, and later received Academy Award nominations for Bang the Drum, Slowly, and Moonstruck. He also appeared in Death Wish, Heaven Can Wait, and Little Shop of Horrors. Vincent Gardenia died in Philadelphia on the 9th of December 1992 after suffering a heart attack. He was 72 years old. His legacy remains tied to versatility, warmth, and the rare ability to make every supporting role feel unforgettable. Jason Wingreen brought warmth, humor, and quiet familiarity to Harry Snowden, the friendly bartender whose steady presence made Archie's world feel more lived in and real. Born on the 9th of October, 1920, in Brooklyn, New York, he was 56 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1976. With his calm delivery, kind expression, and natural comic ease, Wingreen made Harry feel like the kind of neighborhood figure people trusted without thinking twice. He was never the loudest man in the room, but his gentle timing and grounded manner gave every scene a comfortable, human rhythm. After becoming part of the bar setting, he continued the role in Archie Bunker's Place, where Harry became an even more familiar face to viewers. Long before that, Wingreen had built a long career across stage, film, and television, appearing in classic shows such as The Twilight Zone, Star Trek, The Untouchables, Matlock, and Seinfeld. He also became part of pop culture history as the original voice of Boba Fett in The Empire Strikes Back. Jason Wingreen died in Los Angeles on the 25th of December 2015 at the age of 95. His legacy remains tied to quiet versatility, gentle humor, and the rare ability to make a supporting character feel warmly unforgettable. James Cromwell brought humor, warmth, and surprising emotional weight to Jerome "Stretch" Cunningham, Archie Bunker's co-worker and friend, whose presence became memorable, even with only a few appearances. Born James Oliver Cromwell on the 27th of January 1940 in Los Angeles, California, he was 34 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1974. With his tall frame, easy comic timing, and relaxed delivery, Cromwell made Stretch feel like a familiar working-class figure from Archie's everyday world. The character became especially important after his death, when Archie discovered that his old friend was Jewish, forcing him into one of his rare moments of reflection and unexpected tenderness. Though the role was small, it revealed how even a supporting character could help expose the heart beneath the show's louder conflicts. Afterward, Cromwell built a remarkable career in film and television, earning wide recognition for Babe, L.A., Confidential, The Green Mile, 6 Feet Under, American Horror Story, and Succession. He also became known for his activism, especially around animal rights and environmental causes. As of July 2026, James Cromwell is 86 years old. His legacy remains tied to quiet versatility, moral conviction, and the ability to make even brief screen time feel meaningful. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed looking back at the All in the Family cast and the unforgettable stories behind their iconic roles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite character, funniest moment, or most memorable scene from the Bunker home in the comments. See you in the next video.